Hey, so in this video, you're gonna learn how a video course that I created in 2012 has been making me money every single month, and it was all about juggling. Hey there, what's up? My name is Chris Hughes, and in this video, I wanna talk to you about digital real estate and what it actually is, how you can start thinking about it, and how you can actually start creating these things for yourself. So that way you have some kind of virtual real estate or digital real estate making you money every single month. And at the beginning of this video, you got to see me juggle. So if you can give a thumbs up for that, that'll help with raking in the actual YouTube algorithm, which will help me out significantly. So consider doing that if you get some value out of this. So what I want you to think about right now is what I mentioned at the beginning. A course that I created in 2012 has been making me money every single month. And it's not like teaching people how to do making money online or teaching people like a valuable skill or anything. It's teaching people how to juggle. It's a very easy process, and what I did was I actually spent time to, I'll actually go back to the beginning. So I first learned how to juggle when I was 8 years old. My dad came home from like a management meeting or something he had where he brought a guy into his team, like he worked at IBM in a business, and he brought someone in to teach the team how to juggle as a form of stress relief. And he came home and then he taught myself and my two brothers. And I was a young kid, so of course I was like, I gotta be better than my brothers. I still feel that way. And what happened was I just practiced and practiced and practiced and got good at it. So as I was doing it, I learned how to teach people how to learn how to juggle. The process is actually very simple. If you want to learn how, go to jugglingsecrets.com, but that's not the point of this video. So what happened was I learned a skill, learning how to juggle, and when I was a kid, I actually would juggle at like kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. I did like Renaissance fairs and all that, and no, I'm not a clown. It was just something that, you know, I was able to earn money from. And what happened was in 2012, when I first started to kind of make some money on the internet, I realized that I could create different courses. I guess it was what it was actually considered, and it's the Juggling Secrets course. So I wrote a book all about learning how to juggle, which is, I started to sell on the Kindle. So right off the bat, there's two examples of digital real estate that have been making money since 2012, just for you to kind of start thinking about how you can apply this for yourself. But what I did was, I took a camera, just like I have right now, set up on a tripod. I had lights not as like well lit or done up as it is now, and I recorded myself talking to the camera, teaching people the skill of learning how to juggle. Everything from one ball, like throwing back and forth, to two balls back and forth, three balls, up to 5 balls, and I even included like clubs and machetes and stuff, like for people who wanted to go on and advance and get a little bit better at it. So what happened was I found a platform that allowed me to upload my videos, and they had a network of people who were buying and like interested in learning stuff. And what I did was I uploaded it onto their network, and then they give me a cut of sales made by them as well as a cut of sales made by me. So they'd handle all the hosting, all the website stuff, because a lot of people don't want to learn how to build a website, how to build a sales funnel and all of that. And if you are someone who wants to do all of that stuff, like learning how a sales funnel can actually make you more money, I do have another video that is going to be listed in the resources down below that'll teach you how to do that and why it's actually a lot more profitable to do that. But that's not the point of this. Okay, so the video course I created, like I mentioned, I recorded videos just like you're seeing right now, just like the platform of YouTube is. And what I did was I made it in a way that was educational, and you could do this with pretty much anything. Right behind me right now is a surfboard that I'm staring at because I'm a surfer. And as you can see here, this is another surf background. This is me overlooking the wave in Uluwatu in Bali, where I lived for 10 months. And the idea is that if you can compile a bunch of information that's helpful for people, and it's something that people are actively searching for, you can monetize that. So you'll want to build up an audience, which is one of my main things, is build an audience and then sell them stuff that, you know, they're looking for. With juggling, I found that people would go to like YouTube and look at videos and stuff. So I had a couple videos up there, and another thing I did was I actually paid people to promote my product on their YouTube channels, because I had a video course that taught people the exact step-by-step stuff, and other people just liked juggling and creating like fun videos and stuff. So I gave them some money in order to recommend my course for people who wanted to actually learn the skill set. So there's a couple ways that you can kind of go about creating this digital real estate stuff. And the first is starting a YouTube channel. I don't have a step-by-step like how-to course for that or anything, so you're gonna have to kind of use your own judgment and use the internet in order to do that. I do have a 21-day video challenge that I teach people how to get comfortable on camera through Facebook Lives, where you start a brand new Facebook page and you build it up organically, and at the end of it, you learn how to implement paid advertising. And the purpose of it is to get you comfortable on camera, so that way you're not all awkward and stuff when you start creating your videos for your course or your YouTube channel or TikTok or Instagram, whatever you happen to be creating for at the time. So what I want you to think about is, also at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I also have a Kindle book, right? So that's two separate ways that I was kind of earning money from juggling without actually, being in the circus or doing shows or any of that. I created and wrote, and sure, it's time consuming to write a book, just so you know. It does take time to do, and then you have to like format it and do all of the back end stuff. It makes it kind of difficult to implement, which is why most people don't do it. But one thing you can do is write an instructional guide or type of book. Like for me, the book was called Juggling Secrets, Learn How to Juggle Today. And I broke it down into pictures, and I wrote out full segments teaching people the exact process, like where to throw and all that, and I had pictures in it. So the book had a lot of visuals. The Kindle book doesn't make a lot of money. It's like $2 or something, so it's not something that's gonna like retire me or anything, but it is a good front end to kind of get people reading a book. And then if they want video courses, video teaching, which most people do because it's better to learn from video than it is just from reading a book, I link people over to the actual video course where people will buy it and then become higher value customers to me. So what you can do and what you should be doing right now is thinking about the things that the things that maybe you've done for years, or maybe you were like crazy passionate about learning it, and then think about how you can start to teach that stuff to other people. So maybe you just got into photography or something, and you're like learning how all the buttons and stuff work. Like, I'm not good with photography, so what I do is I go to YouTube and I watch video trainings explaining like which buttons they hit on my camera so that things look good and sound good and the framing is right and all that, and I still don't know how to do it perfectly. So if I was really curious about this, I would watch some of the top like videographers and photographers and stuff and like binge watch their content on YouTube, learning from them. This step one is learning from them on the platform like YouTube, and then hopefully they'll have other resources. Like maybe they have a video course that teaches, like it could be like an over-the-shoulder tutorials or trainings on which buttons to hit for the camera I'm using. It could be like a book that teaches photo guidelines based upon like where to put people in photos and stuff, and just stuff like that. And what happens is, as somebody kind of builds up their digital real estate around videos that are up on YouTube, they can drive people from YouTube over to other networks, like an email list or a place like Amazon where they can get affiliate commissions, stuff like that. And what's cool about this is, once you create the video here and upload it to YouTube or create a video course, the content that you create, especially if it's like a niche thing, like with juggling, the techniques of juggling haven't changed over the last like 8 years or 10 years or whatever that I've been selling this. The thing is, like, the process is all the same style of teaching works over and over and over again. So it's not something I need to constantly go back and reinvent and reshoot and do all of that. Like, I'm not super proud of the video quality from way back then. Like in 2012, it wasn't as clear, the lighting wasn't as good, the audio wasn't as good, but the thing was, it works. It teaches people, and I have very good ratings on it, so there's no reason for me to change it. So that's something to kind of consider, is when you're going to be focusing on creating these digital real estate properties, think about things that are going to be evergreen, stuff that's going to last beyond just a 3-month window or a 6-month window. Like, I build up very large audiences on Facebook, and I know that a lot of the time the stuff that I would teach in a course all about that won't be relevant in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because of how quickly those cycles change, right? So when it comes to creating these digital real estate assets for yourself, think about the stuff that isn't short term. And this is difficult to do. Like, you want to make sure that it's kind of niche specific, something that will not really change that much. With the photography things, cameras are released every year, every 2 years maybe. So you do have a little bit longer window than like crazy technology stuff that evolves like every week. Although if you do get into that, you do have the opportunity of constantly reviewing new products and things. Like this is the Apple Watch Series 5. And by the time you're watching this, there might be another Apple Watch released. The same is true as like iPhones and stuff like that, computers, monitors, all of that stuff changes so quickly. If you can find something and create something around an interest or something like hobby-based, a lot of the time that stuff's gonna last for, maybe not forever, but for a really long time. Let's say you are a badminton expert. Like, you could do tutorials and trainings and techniques and court positioning and stuff like that specifically for badminton, and I'm imagining that the competition isn't going to be like crazy fierce, because at least off the top of my head it might be crazy fierce and like super competitive, but creating content for that particular market will be easier to rank on YouTube. And there's probably less competition when you actually create a video course and you pair it with, you know, maybe nutritional guides for people who are trying to become professional badminton players. And I don't know the market demand for any of that or whatnot, but if you think about creating something along the lines of that kind of market versus the traditional like make money online market, the competition is a lot less, so it's easier for you to kind of infiltrate this. And what you'll do in its simplest form is you'll create YouTube videos, you'll take the content from those YouTube videos, get it transcribed, which just means putting audio onto, or taking the audio out and getting it put into written word. I'll link up a video down below that shows how to take one piece of video content and turn it into 20 pieces of content for your business. I'll link that up in the description down below too. That'll help you. So remember, if you're getting value from this, give it a thumbs up, because that's the purpose of this. I want to help you. I want to give you a ton of stuff, so that way you come back to me and, you know, I can keep helping you and kind of pull you along the journey to help out. Okay, so you're gonna have the YouTube channel, right? You're gonna have a YouTube channel based around all the videos that are commonly asked questions that people have, different keyword searches that people are looking for. You can take the content that you had transcribed, turn it into a book, free PDF to start building up an email list. You can take all of this stuff and put it on a niche website that you build specifically around the interest you're doing. I have jugglingsecrets.com, which is a website that I'm building up all around juggling stuff, because I forgot to do this in 2012 when I first did the video course and wrote the book. I was too lazy and I missed out on a huge opportunity for like organic rankings and stuff like that. That was my fault. I messed up doing that. So I do recommend actually, you know, creating the whole atmosphere of products that you're going to be doing. So I guess we'll recap everything that will need to be done in order for you to properly build up your digital real estate. So you'll start off with the interest, and then what you do is you'll have a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, you know, all of the top social media networks that are out right now. That might change by the time you're watching this video, so I don't want to say all of them. Right now the big ones are YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You know, creating each of those is a very important part still at this point. There's still like the heavy hitters and stuff. And then you want a blog based around your topic, which you can take the content from your videos, have it transcribed, turn those into blog posts. In the blog post, you'll have all of the written word from the video along with a link to your YouTube video, and then underneath it you can have people sign up for your email list to kind of pull them into the book sales that'll end up happening, the video course you'll sell, and any affiliate products that might be relevant to that particular offer. When you do this, you're having this whole, I guess, like sphere of products that are all feeding each other. So you can take a YouTube video and link it up to send traffic to people to your website or to affiliate products. You can take your YouTube to bring people over to your Instagram and vice versa. You can take people from Facebook over to your email or to YouTube. And it just kind of works as like a huge interweb system where everything's kind of works together to make sure that all of the parts are functioning properly. So when you do this, what happens is over time, and this isn't going to be like a one weekend thing, this is going to be, you know, maybe the course of 12 or 18 months of you consistently creating content around this. After that time, you'll start to have a bunch of these little things that are starting to bring in more traffic to your websites, traffic to your different content pieces, and then you'll start to kind of get some momentum on this. When that happens, that's when you can start to like scale stuff and earn a little bit more money from that. And I don't want to get into that in this video, it's already long as is. So what I want you to do now is, if you got value from this, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, the button's down below somewhere. So I know this can be overwhelming, there's so much information out there, there's so much information in this video. What I want you to do now is, if you have specific questions, ask them down below. I can come back later on and answer the questions for you, and I can actually link you up to other videos that I might have already created right now, and others that I might actually create as I get questions in, just to make sure this is valuable for everyone. So in recap, create more digital real estate, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and ask any questions you have down below. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I know this is a long video, and I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you in the next video.